Hey guys, my name is Mike Munzing. It's time again for a weekend update video. It's been a fantastic week. Early Monday, I went up to Glendora and had a great time meeting with Brian and Frank from Think Big, Work Small. They've been great video guys, doing great work. A lot of you have seen them. I integrate their work into my videos on occasion, but they let me know they're having a seminar up there in Glendora. Asked me to come on up. It was fantastic spending the day with them. Actually, the first time I'd ever met them, but they had some wonderful new ideas regarding blogging, using the internet, using social media. I'm going to be organizing some of this and bringing it to you fairly shortly, so I'll give you some new ideas. I also want to thank a lot of you for Wednesday night coming out to Mission Viejo Lake, Tortilla Flats. I had one of my big happy hours there, had nearly 100 people out there to see Michael Ramirez. He is a two-time Pulitzer Prize winning editorial cartoonist, gives a great presentation. It was a lot of fun. Here's Michael with our friend Gina. The mayor of Mission Viejo, Dave Leknes, came out with Christian, one of our little buddies. A lot of you know Frank Joseph. He plays the music for my events, so if you haven't seen Frank play, he is absolutely fantastic. He brings such a great energy to the event. And who is this guy? A lot of you know Vern Bach. Vern just moved over to Wells Fargo. He's been a good friend over the years. And it was nice having Vern there. Tom Sebring showed up. And obviously, I don't know what I'm laughing about here, but I'm having a good time as well. I put these together to try to just, a lot of it's politics, bringing some of the political world to you. We know what's going on right now. DC's going crazy. As a matter of fact, here's a little clip of Nancy Pelosi.
I want to commend the president. I have never seen. Job is no place compared to this president in terms of patience.
Comparing Barack Obama to Job because of this whole fight with the budget. Well, let's take a longer look at what she actually said here.
I want to commend the president. I have never seen. Job is no place compared to this president in terms of patience.
Yeah, that's a little more like it. A lot of laughs going on there as well. But once again, my next event, bring up a flyer here, is with a gentleman by the name of Bill Whittle. He's up in LA, he's a producer, a great movie maker, and a tremendous, tremendous speaker. August 11th, put it on your calendar. It's going to be in Newport Beach. I hope you can make it. Get it on the calendar there. Okay, now I want to jump into the foreclosure numbers here for California for the month of June, so you can see what's going on. Quickly, I want to work over what the process for foreclosures are again. Sometimes I need to back up and cover that again. I'll bring it up on the screen. When you start the process, when a borrower has not made their payments for 90 to 120 days, the notice of default is filed. At that point, the lender's got to wait before they can file the notice of trustee sale, the next step. And at that point, one of three things happens. Either it goes to sale and sells to the existing lender, or it sells to a third party, or there's a possibility that that cancels again. I guess there is a fourth. They may postpone it and circle it back in and bring it back in the system again. And when it finally goes to the trustee sale, yeah, it goes to one of the three parties there. I want to show that to you to remind you of the process. Okay, let's jump actually into the report now. I'll bring it up on the screen. You can also get it on my website at www.mikemunzing.com. This report is put out by Foreclosure Radar. My friend Sean O'Toole runs Foreclosure Radar up in Northern California, and he breaks things down in this report saying that the numbers have dropped overall. Now, part of that is due to the speeding up, the first turning the corner, speeding up the process from what we have been seeing, which is a dramatic slowdown. In the last year, they've gone from where they are today in California, 317 days for the foreclosure process, where 1 year ago it was 56 days less. So California's been very slow. Washington State, in contrast, is today only 106 days for the start to finish process for the foreclosures. So they are doing it much quicker up there. He does say that the decrease in the time to foreclosure is statistically interesting, but it does not seem to signal a dramatic slowdown for the lenders. They're still trying to find ways around the foreclosure process because a lot of them cannot take the hit, the financial hit of actually foreclosing on those properties because that changes the numbers on their books. Very interesting. Print the report, read it. It's got all the charts and graphs on there. Speaking of charts and graphs, let's jump into those right now to see what they're looking like across the board. Okay, let's run through these charts for the month, once again, of June 2011. The first stage, as I mentioned, is the notice of default that is somewhat leveled off over the last couple of months. It is at a level of 20,223 properties at 1.51% dip in the percentage. Next are the properties that have been filed with a notice of trustee sale. And that is at 22,936 properties, a dip of 11.67%, a little further dip. It had jumped up a little last month and came right back down. Been level over a while here. Next is the properties, once they go to foreclosure, the properties that go back to the bank. Now you can see that moving up and down over the months. We're back almost to the lowest numbers at 10,171 properties, a dip of 13.44%. We're getting down to the lower levels for the last couple of years. And next we have the properties that were foreclosed on but sold to an investor. You know, back at the steps of the courthouse, sold to the third-party investor. And that has been trending upwards, but dipped a little more this month at 3,440 properties for the state of California, a 7.13% dip. Next, we have the properties that were canceled, that were scheduled for sale. It's canceled generally for those at this point. That means that they had a modification, and the modification stuck. They waited their time period, and the lender went ahead and canceled the foreclosure. That is at 13,596 properties. That is a very slight dip of 2.96%. And we have just a few more charts here. These are more of the big averages overall. Let's start with the pre-foreclosure. All the properties backed up looking for pre-foreclosure dipped drastically, and that is down 16.83% to 98,000 properties overall. That's a pretty drastic drop comparatively. And then we have a little bit further dip once again to 102,000 properties for those scheduled for sale. These are the properties that have had the notice of trustee sale filed, but they are scheduled, just haven't gotten to that point yet. And that is 102,000 properties, down once again, minus 4.88%. And the final number is the overall inventory of properties currently held by the lenders, REO properties waiting for sale. And that's at about 109,000 properties. Look how level that's been. Almost a year of levelness there. Levelness, is that even a word? But a year being level. And hopefully those will be coming off the market. The interesting part is we still have shadow inventory. We don't know what the properties that are currently underwater, I think we mentioned before, 11 million, maybe rising at 100% underwater. We need to see where those are going to be bringing us and how that's going to play out here in the coming years. So we'll have to monitor that closely. Okay, we're coming into another gorgeous weekend. I will be working. I'm here for you. I'm here for your buyers. Be sure and send them over to my online application. It is a quick, easy way to get them approved. I appreciate working with you. I appreciate working with your buyers. God bless you both, and God bless your family. Bye-bye.